What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome to another episode of Hanging with the Boys. I may need to change that title.
Maybe.
But back by popular demand, we got Meg, the mini stallion, in the house.
Nice.
Well, you know.
That's a new one.
I was trying to think of because a stallion is like a horse.
Like a male horse.
Yeah, like a stallion, though. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Meg is a stallion. Not that she's a horse, but, you know.
Yeah.
She's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to think of something else, but there's not really anything else that would be flattering as like a stallion.
Yeah.
I forgot what I researched, but like pony, Meg the pony. It's not,
No.
Yeah.
That's not it.
We got Tuah's cousin
No.
in the house. No?
No.
Not feeling it?
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
Not into it.
Yeah. I haven't done this in a while, but I want to get into one of these because this has been like a weird, crazy week last week. It's like how all the girls, relationship girls and horoscope girls say Saturn's in Gatorade right now.
Yeah. And
What's
Venus
it
is
say?
retrograde.
Venus?
Mars.
Oh,
I don't
Mars.
know. All of them.
All of them. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think that's bad. I don't really know. I'm not into that stuff.
Well, I gotta do this to just get all the universe back in line.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yep.
If that doesn't get the universe in line, at least it gets me in line.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Goyaki. But yeah, it's been a weird, crazy week last week. You know, one thing after another. And then when that stuff happens, it just kind of like throws your whole mindset off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so last week, the weekend before that, we went out to Mammoth Mountain for Mammoth Motocross. We went out there on Thursday, had some friends with us. So, you know, hit the pool, super nice out, and then hit practice. And then it was the race weekend. So we do the race and, you know, everything goes great. Like it's a good time. And then we were done with the race on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going, you got to turn in like transponders and stuff. And I see my buddy, Dustin Miller, he was there with me.
Mm-hmm.
He did awesome. Actually, shout out to him. He got 10th in both motos.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't really been training or riding for that. So
wow.
He did really good. And then he got 8th overall for the weekend.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So he got 3 bears. So that was really cool to see. And I know he was super excited and just kind of like, fuck, I'm ready for next year type deal. Let's train and, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we see our buddy Kenny Lash was out there with his brother-in-law. And he's like, you guys hear about Biden? Our friend Biden. We're like, no, what? And then he shows us and it's like, you go from the biggest of highs to like just the lows. And you could see it in Miller too. He was just like, him and his wife had like cocktails ready because they were waiting to, they just started the ceremony to give out bears.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, he's in the pro class. So he's one of towards the end. So, you know, they got cocktails just like hanging out ready. And I was already just ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tells us that and we're like, oh, dude, you know. So for the people that don't know, our my good friend, Matt Biden, he had an accident that same day, which is crazy because when I pulled up to Mammoth, so we parked there early.
Mm-hmm.
We parked there the night before, and then someone drops us off at 5 a.m. at our vehicles so we can line up because then they let you into the pit. So they don't let you park up there, right?
Oh, okay.
So like, and if you have the bad luck to be in the very back, sometimes you don't make it up there and you have to like pit out of like the normal parking.
Oh,
and you have to ride your stuff all the way up, which is it's a headache. It's happened to me before. So we like, it's inconvenient, but we're like, all right, let's just take our vehicles and park up there the night before. Mm-hmm. So it's in line. And then we get up early in the morning to get there before they open. So I remember getting up there, me and Miller park next to each other, and I'm on my phone. You know, it's 5:20 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. And Biden had reacted to one of my stories the day before, me riding. He had posted something. So I just wrote him, hey, good luck, bud. And then that was it. And then I haven't been on my phone all day, right? Mm-hmm. And then he had a bad accident where he ended up becoming paralyzed from the chest down. So I don't know much about that stuff, but I don't know if I need to. It sounds like his T6 vertebrae or whatever, I believe, just exploded, and that kind of severed his spinal cord.
Yeah, I saw that X-ray or whatever that image was, and it looked real bad.
Yeah.
Oof.
So when you talk about your spinal cord being severed, I don't think there's ever a chance of you walking.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
But you never know. Like, I don't know. He might be able to regain something. I guess I don't know. It just kind of depends.
The sensation, a little, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know, what's he have right now that there's been a little bit of time go by. Is it still, do you know, is it still like...
It's only been a little bit over a week.
Yeah. So he's got, I mean, he obviously has a long road ahead, but he's at a really good rehab hospital.
Yeah. It looks like he actually posted that yesterday saying, luckily I crashed where I did because it's like the best spinal cord hospital in the country or something like that.
Yeah, it's the best spinal injury hospital, rehab hospital.
But from what I gathered, you know, it just sounds like it's not ever going to happen. Just it's like how severe that injury it is. You know? It's not just like you just broke your back and some of your, I don't know how it works, but your nerves or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like compressed or bruised or anything like that.
Well, even a bruise, I heard if you bruise your spine, like
it's not good.
Yeah, you never heal it.
I mean, it's possible, but it's a lot different than when it's just cut.
Yeah.
So
at the moment he is paralyzed from the nipples down, chest down. You know, like when I heard it happen, I was like, the worst thing, I was like, dude, he probably can't even move his arms because I don't know how that works, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But luckily it is from the chest down, and his arms, you know, he can hug his kid and he'll be able to move around and stuff with his arms and everything. So thank God for that. But, you know, I know Dustin was out there yesterday. I saw some photos and he looks in a lot better spirit. Yeah. You know, I mean, he almost looked normal just sitting in the wheelchair. Then, you know, I know it's only been a week. Yeah. But, man, I was, you know, pretty bummed out. Yeah. You know, it's like, it's a tough one. You know, it's hard not to feel bad for him. You know, all the stuff going on. Well, it's a big change.
I saw that picture that he posted and it was like heartbreaking.
Which one?
The first one where he looked like he was crying and it was just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably so scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Train of thought on that, but no, it's all right. Yeah, it's just a tough one. And I know it's oh, well, you know, luckily it was one of those things where it's the call is that, and we're like, okay, so now I'm trying to get out there to go see him once he starts his rehab. So luckily I get to go see him at the hospital where his rehab is not at a cemetery. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
So like that's where I'm like, okay, well, you know, luckily it was what it is, you know, and he's still here with us. Yeah. And I hope he understands that. Yeah. And it's hard for me to say that because for him it's probably like, well, easy for you to say because you're not in the situation. Right. You know, some people probably would be like, I'd rather die than be in a wheelchair. Right. Yeah. I'm not saying he said that, but I'm just saying some people's train of thought might be that. Yeah. And once you're such an active person, and you know, Biden, if he gave up dirt bikes, his type of work would probably be manual. So like now it's like he probably feels really useless. You know, like some people are like, okay, well, if I give up dirt bikes, my work is not going to be manual. It's going to be office or whatever, because they might have a background in that kind of stuff. Yeah. So with that being said, I think Biden's job, if he didn't ride dirt bikes, would be like a type of manual stuff because that's what he's done, construction and you know, all that kind of stuff. So now this situation where like, yeah, he can't ride dirt bikes ever again, but also he can't do manual work either. Yeah. So I know it's a tough one. It's probably like eats at him, and you know, but I think he'll figure it out. Yeah. There's plenty of places that hire people like him, and there's plenty of things that he can do and be useful, or you know, stay at home, be there for the kid, you know, and
or he might learn a new skill. Yeah. Do something totally out of left field or whatever, and he'll be fine.
And competitive wise, there's a lot of stuff that you could do in a wheelchair that's competitive.
True.
You know, like stuff like that. Like if because that's what type of guy he is, like just a competitor.
What was that one thing they do? Murder ball, where they're like,
I don't know.
Right?
That might
what
be
is that?
Movie.
Is that fake?
I don't know.
Or some sport. I forget. Anyway.
Like basketball and wheelchairs.
Yeah. It looked nuts.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking more like triathlons that they do.
Oh, right.
With those like wheelchairs.
Yeah.
That they go like marathons on wheelchairs and stuff like that. But yeah.
That'd be cool.
We're thinking about you, Matt. Shout out to you. I'm sorry you're going through this. I will post. There's a lot of links. There's been a lot of support and donations coming in and out. One of them being the Road to Recovery. And I don't know that one because there was a couple going around and I think some might have gotten shut down or whatever. I know there was one that was started to get funding so they can go to his house and make it wheelchair accessible.
Oh, right.
So that one's obviously a really great one. But then also Road to Recovery is a legit one. It's not a GoFundMe.
No, it's a charity.
It's a charity that it's been around for a while now and they do support. We actually just did a golf tournament for our friend Chris McAvoy. That was the first year that we did it this last month. So hopefully they'll be doing something like that with Matt too. And I think all the proceeds for McAvoy go to his daughter. And obviously the proceeds for this one would probably go to Matt and helping him with whatever he needs. I hope. Yeah. So I'll put the link so you guys could check it out. And then you could read more about the story. I know I'm just kind of like talking about it, but it's tough. It's a tough situation. Yeah. I don't really know what to say. But I'll put the link there so you guys could check it out. And if you have, $1 helps, like anything helps, so do that. And then I'll also hit him up on the socials and just let him know. And I'm sure he's seeing it because I think that's really what's keeping him going. Like just seeing the support.
Probably. Yeah.
And everyone that's been like, we're here for you, dude, so.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. Like I said, we go out and have a good weekend. And the Miller's hit me up and he's like, what do you think? Like we were talking and should I even ride? I'm excited for next year. Now it's like, what's the point? Right. It's like, yeah, it really is. Like, what's the point? Because we don't get nothing from that except for like the memories. I got photos of me and Miller riding Mammoth together, and those are like priceless to me. Yeah. But that's it. We don't get nothing else from it. So at the end of the day, is it worth it? It's one of those things. But also, you can't live your life just scared about everything, right? Yeah. Because then you wouldn't do nothing. Yeah. So it's tough. It's a tough situation. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. But back to other stuff. Tuah. Oh. Not feeling it.
Well,
my thing is,
go ahead.
How crazy is it? This is a crazy transition. Something so that to this, but how crazy is it that how viral that girl's gone?
Yeah, I guess that just struck a chord with the whole country or something. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know how she's handling it.
She was just on a podcast.
Oh, really?
She went out to one of those country guys concerts, like a popular, like kind of younger guy.
Oh, okay.
Zach Bryan. Is that a country guy?
That sounds about right. Zach
Bryan. There's one that I like that sings with all the rappers. I don't know if that's Zach Bryan.
Post Malone.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Post Malone is supposedly a rapper
and a country singer.
Yeah. Well, let's say Zach Bryan. I think it's Zach Bryan. It probably was. He's dating one of the girls from Barstool.
Oh yeah, it's him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she went out to his concert, and that's like the first that people have seen her since she's gone viral because everyone's trying to find her, and I think she like doesn't really have social media. And she did an interview with that dude's girlfriend for Barstool.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, it started off, I think she kind of went viral, in my opinion, because it was kind of like a wholesome moment. It's not really like necessarily funny. And it's not necessarily like that it's not like hilarious.
Yeah. No.
Like I've heard I think I saw that a week before it even blew up.
Yeah.
Because like on TikTok, that's all it is. Like,
yeah.
I just saw one that the girl asked the guy, if your penis was a car, what car would it be? It's like stuff like that. Like that's all you see, And it just so happened that this one got picked up for some reason. But I think the reason is she's a cute girl, but I think it was like kind of wholesome how she said it. It wasn't like super vulgar like other ones, because I think other girls have said worse.
Yeah.
On the same type
Plus her accent made it better.
Her accent made it better. And just like the ad lib, like she's like, you got to spit on that thing. You feel me? Or whatever. And it was like almost like cute in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think like in a sense, that's probably why it was so viral. It wasn't so like graphic or anything like that. But then I heard her talk with this girl on the podcast, and I was like, oh yeah, you kind of are about that life. Like she's kind of ghetto-ish, country-ish. Like I forget exactly what she said, but she's like, oh, I've been dropped out of school. And I'm like, okay,
maybe you should go back.
So like it's stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, so she kind of is that. And they asked her like, well, your dad, or some people are saying, I guess her dad's a priest. She's like, my father's far from a priest. Like, and they think it's hilarious because that's like typical me. I don't know her name, but she's like, that's typical, whatever. We never know what she's gonna say. Like I guess she's just that type of person, just says like random things or whatever. And just so happened that the moment and how it came out and how she said it, and it just blew up.
So she have an OnlyFans yet? Because that's what I'm picturing is going to happen.
I mean, I don't know
if she doesn't already.
I don't think she does, but I think she has been selling merch. So I think she trademarked the saying. So Tuah is
smart,
trademarked by her.
Yeah.
So she has been selling a lot of merch. So like Tuah 2024, like stuff like that. So good for her.
Yeah.
And another clip I saw that she was saying that she's probably going to start a podcast soon. It's like, oh great,
Oh well, okay.
But it is what it is. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
You monetize whatever you can.
Yeah, but just to me, it's like it's amazing how one little moment can change a person's life. Well, in both senses, like we're just talking about Matt there.
Yeah. But
this one, and just one little clip changed this girl's life.
So weird.
And like you're saying, like I'm sure there's a lot of porn companies that would love to hire or pay for her.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, it's just for this one thing and just people to watch it. But like, man, if we really get down to specifics, like a Tuah, when you're girl getting down there, like that's not anything special. Like it's just kind of like, why you spit on it like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. How old is she? Do you know?
I hope she's over 18.
I'm hoping she's of age. Yeah. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think she was hammered in that video.
Okay. So. Well, yeah. Hopefully she's at least 18.
Or she might be like 20, 21.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Girls, especially young girls, look so much older anymore. I can't tell anyone's age.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially on social media.
Oh, they could be 14. I'm like, you look 25.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Well, that's a good transition. I wasn't really going to talk about it because I don't know if you know much about it, but like in the gaming world, there's a guy called Dr. Disrespect.
I do not.
Okay. So, well, I was going to say he's kind of cool, but maybe I won't say that.
Maybe not.
But he has this persona, right? So he actually has this like 80s porn mustache.
Okay.
But he wears like a black wig and he always wears glasses and he always wears like this, I think all black and this red bulletproof vest type deal.
Okay.
And that's how he games. He's like gaming all the time with dark glasses. Like 80s, like go cleat style blade glasses,
Yeah.
So if you know, so he has this character that he plays. He's become super popular, over the years, and he's become friends with some of the most popular streamers. They all like link up together and do streams together and stuff like that. So in 2020 or maybe 21, when everything was like at the height of gaming and streaming, because no one else was doing anything.
Yeah.
These guys got so popular, and Twitch was the thing. Like if you're a Twitch guy or whatever, he was like probably making millions on Twitch. And all of a sudden he got banned from Twitch. And no one ever came out with why. So everyone's like, well, what happened?
Yeah.
No one ever heard. And then all of a sudden he's over on YouTube, killing it again. Nothing ever discussed. So just like about 2 weeks ago, I think the 2 employees from Twitch came out and said the reason why he was banned. And it was because supposedly he was talking to a 14-year-old girl, and he's well in his 30s.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So the conversations haven't been released, so we don't know.
Oh God.
Also, like the thing is, like he says he's never even met this person, never even like whatever. It was just a conversation they had. But yeah, so he's getting canceled right now pretty bad. It seems like. I think the main thing is like, I was telling my wife, because like when I scroll stuff, that's all that pops up.
Yeah.
So she's like, that thing again, and I was telling her like the shitty thing is like, well, you're a married man, you have a child and stuff. If you weren't like cheating, not necessarily cheating on his wife, but if you were like, okay, I'm a committed man to my wife, you wouldn't have that problem.
No.
For one.
Yeah.
Right. And then for two, it seems like he kind of knew that she was that age, and the conversations would be like normal and then kind of get explicit, but he knew like, so, but then he comes out saying like, I never did anything. I never planned to. And then of course people on the internet come out and say, well, you never got the chance to. If no one would have found out, you might have met up with her and done something. Yeah. Like we don't know that. So it's like you're saying to like save yourself, like, well, I didn't have intentions to. It's like, well, you probably did, but you got caught.
Yeah. I wonder if you can still get a charge for that, grooming or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how grooming works.
Yeah.
Because grooming is more like you're grooming them
to meet up with you and do something later. So it could just be talking.
Yeah, but like later.
Well, yeah. But you're still getting them ready to do that kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but.
Well, because also like say like you are 14 and you talk to this person for 4 years and you groomed them. So when they turn 18, then you can for the whole, you know what I mean? That's kind of how
so creepy.
That's kind of how I understood that whole thing.
Yeah.
How that works. And there's a guy in the UFC that there's this girl, Rose Namajunas. Yeah. Her husband, I think they talked when she was like underage and he was older. And now they're married, but she's like obviously of age and everything and stuff like that.
That's so weird. But
so they call him a groomer because he kind of like groomed her into that. I don't know. So I don't really know how that works.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a weird gray area. Like you're creepy talking to a child. But then once they're of age, it's like, well, okay. But before that, you're still creepy. But yeah.
So, but that, that just made me think about like what you were saying. And this is kind of a whole different situation just because supposedly he never met this girl, doesn't even know her. Yeah. Just talking to her. So that's bad on him because if she was like, yeah, I'm 14. He's like, yeah, perfect. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
But so say like you actually meet someone and she says you're 18. She's really 12. She's 18, but she looks like a full-on woman. That's a tough one. Because what you're saying, like there's a lot of girls nowadays that just look so much older. And girls, I think, are developing at a more rapid pace than back in the day, right?
Well, probably. I don't know. But just with how they do their makeup anymore alone, I mean, that'll make you look so much older. But yeah. Yeah.
It's weird, though, because, I mean, if you're not into that, you can kind of tell, like, my boys were doing gymnastics for a little bit, and one of them, they were doing like trampoline and just like stunt stuff. And there was a girl there that she had to been like 15, 16 maybe, but she was like 6'5". She was humongous.
Jeez.
Right. So you look at her and then she turned around and you see her face and you're like, nah, that girl's young.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, I guess if you're a guy, you just got to ask for ID.
Well, and I think maybe too, because it was at a place of her job and she wasn't wearing makeup. So you can tell that she's young. Her body wise, though, she was a full on grown woman. Yeah. I mean, she's like 6'5". She's humongous. Yeah. So I maybe she puts on makeup that night and goes out and then you're like, that's a 25-year-old. I don't know. Yeah. But looking at her like that, I was like, me and my wife were talking and I'm like, but you can tell she's like, she has to be underage. You could just tell, but it's a tough one nowadays, and girls don't make it easier because some girls are kind of out to do that stuff.
Yeah. Gotta be careful.
Yeah. But when you're online and a girl tells you, hey, I'm 14.
Yeah, no getting around that one.
And you're not into that, you're going to automatically be like, not even reply or talk,
yeah.
right?
Just nope.
But if you're into that, that's when you engage,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't come out later saying, well, I didn't have intentions to like do anything. But like you have a full-on grown woman in your house that you can go talk to dirty.
Or other people over 18 online.
Yeah,
like
that too. Yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of older women that liked him.
Probably.
You know, that would probably hit him in his DMs and stuff like that too.
He had a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure people.
And he's like when I said like he's pretty cool, is like you watch his clips, he's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing this character. So obviously,
yeah,
I'm more infatuated with the character that he's playing because it's like, that's so clever and funny and it's so easy. And then he did it. It worked out for him. So I'm like, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But as a person, I don't know him as a person. Like I know what he looks like because there's photos of him without the hair.
Oh, yeah.
And the glasses, and he kind of did look like a creeper kind of. I'll have to show you after the show.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's kind of crazy. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about, because you are a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I actually met your child today.
Yeah.
That's cool. She's cool.
She's pretty cool.
She's a little mini you.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when people say that.
Yeah. Well,
when they
she
say
is,
it,
though.
When they say it to themselves.
Yeah. Although I was a very, very shy child, and she is complete opposite of that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She's very outgoing. She makes friends with everybody. She doesn't care. Be like a 12-year-old boy on the playground.
What's the age difference between you and your brother?
4 years.
Oh, okay. So it's not that she doesn't have a brother.
To make her that outgoing? Is that what you mean?
To make her that. Like, because you had a brother, so maybe once he was born, he got all the attention, so you kind of were like more shy, or I don't know.
I mean, that is true, because my brother was like a hellion out of the gate. So I was quiet and well-behaved, and he was going apeshit everywhere.
Yeah. So that's how my oldest is. He's quiet, well-behaved, likes to talk to adults, doesn't really care about kids too much.
Yeah.
He's the adult of the group usually when there's like a group of kids, and then my other one's just a terror.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot with the second one.
Yeah. He's trying to fist fight kids in Mammoth.
Really?
Yeah. Some kid stole his stick. They're playing some sticks on some rocks, and then he's trying to fight the kid, and he's over there just like super angry. I had to like choke him out for a second. Be like, dude, you need to relax. Like, then I think he got sick from that.
Really?
Yeah. I think he like overdid himself. For one, it's hot out there.
Yeah.
It's in the dirt, so you're breathing dirt, sand, whatever. And you have like this anger attack twice.
He got stressed out.
Yeah, and he was just like, that happened, and then the next 2 days he was just like wanting to sleep. And the people were with one of our friend, she was like, could be mono. You get it from pools. Well, we were all in the pool.
Yeah.
You know, and because he was just like wanting to sleep, didn't want to eat, just sleep.
Did he have a fever?
No.
Huh.
So that's the thing.
Just needed to sleep it off.
Yeah, and then we got home and he got a little bit better, and then we had a situation here at the studio.
Oh yeah.
That you know about, but which was fucking scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, it was a hell of a week, man.
So much happened since the last time I was here.
Yeah, but speaking of that, I met your daughter. Haven't seen you in 10 years.
Yeah.
You met my kids for the first time. 10-year-old, 6-year-old.
Crazy.
And I've seen you twice in the last like month.
Yeah.
And in 10 years, I've never even seen you.
Weird.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Now you're here bugging me. Fan favorite.
Yeah. It's just how life goes. Life's weird.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of cool. It's like a full circle moment. We, get to meet each other's kids. And stuff. But yeah, your daughter is like a little mini you.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She should have been Meg. What did I call you?
Mini stallion.
Meg the mini stallion. She is the mini you. Kids. This was kind of going. I'm sure you maybe saw it, but if you didn't, it's kind of going around the socials for a little bit. But it was women trying to. What do they say? What's the thing? Let's normalize. Is that the thing they try to do when they're trying to do something that's dumb as fuck?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Women moms, why don't we normalize charging other parents for playdates?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yep, I saw it. My head exploded.
Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That is wild. Like, if you are my friend or your kids are my kid's friend or whatever, and they come to your house to be hospitable and a good host, you're going to provide things, drink, a bathroom, food, snacks, whatever.
Yeah.
Air conditioning.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way, like, to charge somebody. I really hope that was a joke. Was it really real?
But that's what I'm saying. So I saw one person do it.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, I saw probably like 2 other, but then I scrolled quick because I'm like, I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to flood my
so aggravating.
algorithm with that now.
Yeah.
But so then it kind of made me think like, okay, so it is a thing where these women are trying to say like, hey, let's normalize this because why not? And it's like, because there's a lot of reasons why not.
No, because you're insane. Like, that's so weird.
I'm glad you're on my side.
Yeah. Well,
but I did notice you brought your own snacks, so I won't have to charge you.
No, I brought her snacks.
Yeah, for your daughter.
Yeah. Well, just because
she's hanging with my boys. They're watching TV right now.
Yeah.
The Netflix, $14.99 a month. So you guys are here for maybe an hour.
Yeah. Well, also she's picky,
I'm
so then.
Invoice.
Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, prorate out your Netflix for how much she watched.
Yeah.
Give me an invoice.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically what they're doing. They so one of them, the one I heard was a lady sends the other mom a text message, basically sending her an invoice for like, she had some goldfish and this and that and stuff, and the lady was like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "Yeah." And like that lady was just more in shock, not the fact that you got to do it because what it was like $5 or $10 at the end of the day. It's whatever. I'd go and just throw it at her face like she's a stripper. Just not that you should do that to strippers, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Throwing money, but it's more of the fact that you're just in shock that someone's actually asking you, and especially like, what if she was like the one, "Hey, can your kids come over and play with my kids?" Mm-hmm. You're like, "Yeah, sure." You take them over there. You leave them there thinking they're in good hands, and then all of a sudden you get a bill because she asked for your kids to come over to play with her kids. Now she's charging you for a juice box.
What if you're on a tight budget? Then you wouldn't have gone if you would have known ahead of time.
That too.
That's crazy. I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I definitely wouldn't talk to that person or have my kid hang out with their kids anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
For sure. But I don't know if I would just Venmo her and then just to shut her up or just laugh and not give her a dime. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be rip-roaring mad though.
It's just the fact that the audacity that the lady has, or the person has for that, not for the fact that they're actually charging you.
Yeah.
But if you say like I invite some kids to the movies, that's more understanding, and then at the same time that should be a conversation. Like, so
you have that before.
Yeah. So they ask, and I'm like, okay, so I'll buy the tickets for my kid, and they'll be like, "No, we got it covered." Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, then you understand, right? Mm-hmm. But if they're like, "Yeah, just get your kids a ticket, and we'll like cover popcorn or whatever," maybe. But it's called the communication, right?
Yeah.
But in that situation, I can understand.
Yeah.
But kind of how I am, like if I'm inviting some kids to hang out with my kids, because my kids, I'm paying for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not that like I'm that well off, but at the same time, it's just like we're manners. The ones asking. Yeah. It's like common courtesy that we're inviting your kids to come over to do something. So that's if you have kids.
Mm-hmm. But still, like if you invite somebody over for dinner, you're not going to charge them. Yeah. I think that lady would though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we're on the same page with that. Mm-hmm. What else you got for me, Meg?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Since last time.
What have you been up to?
It was my birthday.
When was your birthday?
June 1st.
Oh. Mm-hmm. When did you tell me?
I don't know, because I don't announce it to everybody. Like post on Instagram, "Hey everyone, it's my birthday." Mm-hmm. No. Last year in my 30s, though.
Last year in your 30s? Yeah. Damn, you're old.
I know. Feels kind of weird.
It was my wife's birthday, too. At the end of June.
Oh, okay. It's like, she had the same birthday as me. I feel like I would have known that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, happy birthday to her. Mm-hmm. We went to Kentucky
Okay. That's not a normal place that you would just be like, hey, let's go
No,
for vacation.
just me and Georgia. We went to visit family. So who had never met her before
In Kentucky?
in Kentucky. So
Husband side or your side?
no, my side. So like my aunt and my cousins live there. And it was nice. I don't want to do a trip that long by myself with my child for a while, but what
do you mean, like this distance traveled or?
Well, yeah, I just kind of got like no parenting break, like for 6 straight days, like zero, like not even 5 minutes. So that was a little rough. No, but
all right.
But we did some fun stuff there. We went to the zoo. They had a nice zoo, but it wasn't as nice as the San Diego Zoo, but we had fun.
I don't think anything is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know the bar is kind of set high because that's the zoo I'm used to, but
I've never been.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, gotta go. It's great. The safari park is actually more fun in my opinion, but that's a little bit of a drive from the regular zoo. But yeah. That's about it. I don't know. I don't think anything else too exciting happened. Just visiting with family.
How's the weather there? Hot?
Yeah, it was pretty hot. It was very humid. I'm not used to it. So I just.
What's Kentucky? The South, kind of?
It's considered the South, but it's like right where the South kind of starts. I think some people might consider it Midwest. It's like kind of, it's right below Indiana. We went to Indiana a couple of times, like right there. So, yeah.
Anything good for food wise? Barbecue? Kentucky barbecue?
No, I don't know.
What's Kentucky good for except for the derbies?
The derby, bourbon. They're known for bourbon.
Oh, okay.
Which I did not partake, but my cousin's husband had a giant bourbon collection. It was pretty cool to see, yeah. But I'm like, isn't that just whiskey that's made there?
Is Kentucky right next to Tennessee?
Yeah. It's like above it.
Because Tennessee is Jack Daniels.
Right, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
So that whole area is probably like all bourbon.
Yeah. So, but everybody was nice. It was good to see my cousins. I hadn't seen my cousins in like 10 years. So their kids are all like 6 feet tall and like teenagers. Super weird. But yeah. I don't know. That's pretty much all we did.
Sounds exciting. You know, the listeners are just like on their edge of their seat listening to that.
This is my life. That's all I do.
That's good. You know, it's funny to me how you brought up your friend's name that just recently, now, that you have daughters the same age.
Oh,
It's crazy, like when you don't hear someone's name for a long time.
Oh yeah, like wait a minute.
But it's cool to hear.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's cool to hear that they're doing good.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody you might not have heard about in a while, my brother. I just found out that they're expecting a baby.
Oh.
So he's their first one. So he's going to be a dad. I just found out last night.
It's with a female?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just wondering.
No, he's married.
You know, I don't know.
To a girl. Yes.
Okay. To a female.
To a female. She's very nice. I don't like saying female. That feels weird to me.
But that's what you guys are.
I mean, yeah. So that's exciting. It's really weird because my brother, I feel like he still can't like take care of himself. I mean, he is, but like, it's just really strange.
You don't live here no more?
No.
Here? Okay.
No, they live in Oceanside.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So their first child, is he excited?
Yeah.
Scared?
It's still pretty dang new. So like she's pretty early on in the pregnancy. So.
Oh, they shouldn't have said nothing.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they wanted to, I guess, but
just excited.
They were excited, yeah. So, I mean, I know things can happen. Hopefully not.
Is he in his 20s still?
No.
He's
only 4 years older than me.
Oh, yeah, he's only 4. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how old is he 34, 35, 36? I don't know. Yeah, they're the same age.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a little older.
I'm almost positive they're the same age. Yeah.
Cool. Well, congratulate. What's his name? Tim?
Yeah, Tim.
Congratulations, Tim. See, I remember. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a drink for that one.
Yeah. Cheers. That's all the big news I got.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Life. And then he lives in Oceanside, so he's going to deal with these Karens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about Karens?
Oh, okay.
I got 2 stories for you. And for the
personal
people.
Ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Stuff doesn't really happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, like you can ask my wife, like people just stare at me all the time, right? She's like, why is that guy staring at you? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I either have that face that they think they know me or I just look mean. But also with the looking mean part, people don't really mouth off or do anything around me when I'm usually around.
That's good.
So it works out to my advantage, right?
Yeah.
So stuff never really happens. Not that it happened to me, but it's around me.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the farmer's market and we show up, go to this booth and they have breakfast burritos. So I asked my wife if she wanted one to share one. She's like, yeah. So they said, we got sausage or bacon. Bacon one will take 7 minutes. Sausage will take like 20. We're like, yeah, give me the bacon one, of course.
Okay.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
She's all right. So they get that going. So we're standing there waiting. I see 2 more people show up and they same thing, sausage, bacon. And the ladies were like, yeah, let's get 2 bacons. All right. I go up there. They give those. I thought it was mine. They give it to the ladies, and the ladies like, oh, by the way, we don't have bacon. Well, yeah, because you just gave it to her.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, no, she was here before you. I'm like, I literally just watched her order it. You know?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, whatever. She's like, I'll just give you your money back. But she was kind of being a bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I think she realized that like I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
So then she started being like, I'm so sorry. And like she couldn't even work the machine. I'm like, I'll take cash. She's like, okay. So grabs the cash and I just grab it from her. And then she's like, would you like a smoothie on me? Well, hell yeah, I'd like a smoothie on you. Like, what? Of course. You're the one that messed up here.
Yeah.
But then like she started being like that. And she's like, oh, this never happens. Come next weekend and find me and I'll take care of you. And
Yeah,
stuff
backpedaling.
Like I'm a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't tell me when I tell you, hey, you just gave the last 2 bacon ones to her. One of them was mine.
Mm-hmm.
I get it that they ordered 2, so they gave the 2 to her.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, fuck this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I couldn't believe the attitude that she got at first, but then I think she realized like.
But then she should have completely owned up to it.
Yeah.
And just been like, I'm so sorry, you were right.
Yeah.
I just remembered or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe it. And I was like, you know, I'll see you next weekend. I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there, lady.
Ask for 10. Make her make
No,
you 10.
I ain't asking for 10. I got to pay for them. They're like 14. And that's the thing.
True.
They're like $14 a piece.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's farmer's market deal. You know?
We're in a recession.
No, is that what it is?
No.
No, we're in trouble. Is what it is.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
And then we go to Jack in the Box.
Uh-huh.
My oldest kid likes the little mini tacos.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, all right. And then the little one is a real picky eater. Like he was picky, got okay, now even pickier. So we're hoping he gets out of that.
Feel your pain.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
out of that. I think everyone listening feels my pain when it comes to kids and eating.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'll eat there too. So I'm like, oh, okay. So if he's saying yeah, then we're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So we go, and this lady comes in from the drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk to your manager. Manager comes over and they start going at it. And she's like, so basically what I got from it was, well, there's people over here too.
Mm-hmm.
Basically what I got from it was she just wasn't happy with how she was treated. Because then the manager even said like, well, is there anything that I can get you that we didn't get you that you ordered? She's like, no, everything's there. Okay, so you have everything you need. Yeah, but the way you guys talk to me, I don't like. So they were going at it, right?
Oh my God.
And then it got to the point where it's like, hey, you got to leave
Mm-hmm.
or we're going to call the cops. Like
Yeah.
everyone's all yelling at her. Lady over here gets up, goes over there, and she's like, hey, Karen, you need to get out of here. And like starts yelling at her. And then like, so it was this lady and then like three employees yelling at the lady. And then finally they just like left. And my kids were like, Jack was just cracking up. He's like, yes. Because he was calling her a Karen too.
Oh, so funny.
So he was like cracking up when the lady stood up. And I'm like, that's cool and all. But like, I'm all, as a man, there's a line where you can't cross. And I hate when like the alpha guys come out and say like, well, if that was me, no, you wouldn't do. Well, you might have done shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I also don't want to die for someone else's shit.
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, I give the example of a woman is getting outside of a bar with her husband and they're going at it. So you could step in and be like, hey, guy, calm down or whatever, right? So that guy maybe had plans to beat his wife up, but now he has plans to kill you too.
Yep.
Just because you stepped in.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
So
just call the cops.
But that's the thing. Like some guys really think that it's up to them to do that. And of course, like I would probably say something, but at the same time, it's like, hey, leave her alone.
Yeah.
But it's not like me getting in his face, like, hey, leave her alone or grabbing him and stuff like that, to where like you're getting an altercation with a guy when you had no business doing it.
No.
And at the same time, I know there's probably men listening. They're like, oh, you're a pussy. Not that I'm a pussy.
No.
It's just that I also don't want to die.
You don't need to feed your ego that way. And
well, I don't even think it's feeding my ego, because
I feel like it is for like guys that get involved like
for
that.
those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like for me, it'd just be like trying to help.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like trying to help could escalate a situation, right? And I don't also want to do that.
No, especially with your kids there. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
So I've never got that.
Call 911.
Yeah. So that's why I told my kids, I was like, it's cool that lady stood up, because she had 2 daughters with her, and she was saying something like, the kids are in here, and my boys were in there too.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's like, you need to stop and like leave, and yelling at her and stuff. And I'm like, that's cool and all. Good for her.
Yeah.
And they actually did get the lady out of there. And I was just getting my iced tea. I was like watching. I was like, they thought I got up to go, hell, well, fuck no, I ain't helping.
Absolutely not.
I ain't getting involved in this. Get a drink thrown on me for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever. So, but I was trying to, you know, usually what I try to do as a dad is when there's situations that happen, I try to tell them maybe the rights and wrongs, or like what could happen and stuff like that in real life. So I was telling them, I'm like, that's cool, but as a man, you probably shouldn't get involved because it could escalate and all of a sudden you lose your life, or you beat the shit out of someone, kill them on accident. Not that I'm that guy that would just kill a guy, but you never know.
You can just hurt them bad.
What if they're drunk and you just throw a really good fucking left hook and knock them out, and they crack their head open?
Exactly.
Then you're Con Air.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What's his name in Con Air? I forget his name.
Kevin Costner? No.
Nicolas Cage.
Yes, there it is.
But his name in the movie.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Cyrus the Virus is all I remember. But yeah, then all of a sudden you just knock out a guy and kill him on accident.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to defend someone that has nothing to do with you. Then it's a situation that you got yourself into.
I just remembered a story along those lines. We used to live on the side of Reno where in the summer you'd get a lot of foot traffic for people tubing the river. So some of them would be hammered. It was a nice neighborhood, but you just would get that sometimes. And so I was on a walk and I walked back past this couple who, I don't know if they were drunk. I'm just going to say probably, but the chick was beating the shit out of the dude.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. She was not that big. And he was like average size, whatever, like not crazy big either.
Because she was giving him the hot tool.
No, I don't know about that.
Well, that's why he let her beat him.
Maybe. I don't know. But so he wasn't doing anything to defend himself, which, you know, that's great. But that could have been where I was never going to step in on that. Like, I am not getting involved. But so what I did was I hid behind a bush and I called 911. I called it in. And the cop that showed up, I actually ended up knowing. But yeah, she got a domestic charge for that.
They're like, Megan, is that you?
Yeah.
Come out.
I'm in the bushes. Yeah.
What are you doing
I know.
there?
I've called stuff into 911 quite a bit. Yeah.
You're just a narc, huh?
I guess. But
Megan the narc.
Well, yeah. I just know, like, when someone's doing something wrong, I have a very strong sense of, like, what's that called? Like,
mother instinct? Almost?
No, like if somebody's doing something wrong or illegal, I just feel the need to not let it happen. Like, call it in because they should get in trouble for it, kind of thing. I don't know. But yeah, there's other examples where I've called too. But if you want to hear
kind of
those.
like a Karen, but not.
Yeah, no. I've never been a Karen, I don't think.
You're like Care Bear.
Yeah.
You like call it in.
Yeah.
But the Karens, instead of calling in, they think they're the law.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
I'll just give the dispatcher the full description, rundown, license plate number, everything, and then goodbye. And then I disappear.
Yeah. That's so funny. I'll leave you guys with this story. And for the guys, I just think you guys are so tough and all that. Just really think about this. Unless you've been in a situation, then it's like, good for you. I would hope that in situations, I just had a situation here.
Oh, right.
And I think I acted fine. I did what I was supposed to and stuff like that. But unless you're in those type of situations, in a violent situation or just something that happens, it's hard to be like, sit down and be like, oh, I would do this.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Exactly.
Back in high school, so this is a long ass time ago. Senior year, I was like a good kid in school. Like I did cool stuff and stuff. I was, I forget what it was called, but I was picked as one in the state. There was this other girl from Vegas. So it was me and her. We got picked to go to Washington, D.C. And do a bunch of stuff there and meet. We met like the senator.
What for? Like a club at school?
Well, it was through like the schools nominate good kids that do like good stuff for your school. So I did stuff, So they would nominate kids throughout the whole country in high schools. And then that committee would pick kids. And then you'd go to there as I forget what it was called, but
like an ambassador or something.
Yeah, and it was like about the government and like learning stuff like that. So just so happened my senior year, I went in October. Like I think it was like maybe the week of Halloween or something like that, right? Just so happens a month prior, 9/11 happened. Right? So the planes went in the towers and stuff like that. When I was in Washington, D.C., we went to the Pentagon. And there was smoke coming out of the Pentagon still.
Oh, shit.
Well, we went to a cemetery and the Pentagon was like right there. Like we were like above here. And we could see the Pentagon.
Oh, dang.
And it was like the whole section was missing. And then there was like smoke coming out of it. Because it was just like a month before that.
Yeah.
A plane flew into it. And we didn't go to New York. So we were just in Washington, D.C. I went to New York later on for something different. But so knowing that, I knew I was going. 9/11 happens and stuff. We're still going. So I'm like, man, if like that were to happen on my plane, I'd get up. And at the time, it was like cool to have like big ass belt buckles, like the punk rock stuff.
Oh.
So I had a big ass belt buckle. And I'm like, I would just take off my belt because there was no TSA. There's none of that stuff yet. So I'm like, I grab that and just start swinging it. I don't care. Like, that's what I tell myself. So I think a few days before I leave, we were hanging out and we were at Burger King, me and my buddies. And I was just kind of chilling there waiting like this. A car drives up. It drives up like it's going to rob the place, right?
Oh, shit.
So it drives up super fast. They just park it. They jump out of the car. And I look at this. My mind sees everything. And it's slow-mo. I'm like, holy shit. We're about to get robbed. Like whatever. The guy runs in. The guy worked there. He forgot something in the back. So I think he just left and then came back.
You weren't already taking your belt off, getting ready? No? See?
But in my mind, the whole time, I'm like, holy shit. And like I froze.
Yeah.
Well, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I had that whole time to think in my own head. I saw the scenario happen and I'm like, what am I going to do? I didn't have that. Like, I'm going to take my belt off and just start swinging it. Like I was thinking before, if someone does this on my plane, I'm going to do that.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's when you're actually in, and I wasn't in the situation, but it just seemed like it. So the guy ran in and I was like, holy shit. And he just went to the back and got something and then ran back out and left. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I wouldn't have done shit. Yeah. I would have just sat there.
That's now, maybe majority of people.
Yeah, maybe if he comes and is like, give me your phone or wallet or whatever, then it's a different situation because then they're there. And then maybe I can be like, grab them or wrestle them or something like that. But for the whole like scenario, just seeing it, I'm like, I ain't doing shit. Right. Yeah. But that was in high school. Yeah. But I was like, that's just a story for you guys that think that you're just going to spring into action. Some guys do. Some guys for sure do. Yeah. Some people are like, I'm kind of mellow. Like I'll like see the situation and stuff. I'm pretty always aware of like my surroundings and stuff, but I'm not just going to jump into shit just to jump into it.
Yeah. Like violence wise, I don't know what I would do, to be honest. It would depend entirely on the situation and the surroundings and if my kid was with me or whatever. But like I've seen that like in medical scenarios. I had to give a guy CPR in the Reno airport actually one time a few years ago, probably like 2017, 2018. And the terminal wasn't like really full of people, but there were plenty of people around.
Yeah.
Guess how many people went running over to help the dude?
0.
Me.
Yeah.
By myself. And this guy was older, like let's say 60s, maybe, humongous compared to me. He was probably 6'3", 300 pounds. And I saw him out of the corner of my eye, just
collapse,
face plant, stiff as a board onto the floor. And it shook the ground.
Dang.
I was like, oh, shit, here we go. So then I run over, I'm ripping his shirt off, I'm sternum rubbing him, and he just purple, not there. He's in cardiac arrest. So then I start CPR and I'm getting nowhere. And I felt really terrible. Like it was really defeating feeling. But I'm looking around like, anyone like help?
Yeah.
I can't do anything right now if there's no one here to help me. So I wasn't even big enough to get enough depth to be effective on his chest.
Yeah.
So luckily, I don't know how much time passed. It of course felt like forever, but in theory it was maybe a minute until somebody else ran up who was actually a nurse. And I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
So then someone else ran, got the AED, and then the airport paramedics were there so fast, which was great. But I don't know if that guy lived or not, but he was sitting up when they took him out on the gurney. But it was just like, it made me feel good in that particular situation that I was not scared to go help.
Yeah.
In a situation where everybody else was frozen. Yeah. People were just staring. Like
that's funny you say that because it's like the different situations. I think like in a violent situation, I'd be more prone to do stuff because like you kind of have no choice. You just do it, you know? And like I've told my wife, like people don't understand like violence is scary. You know, I've been in violent situations. Violence is scary and people don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know, like there's always going to be someone that's like the victim.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever happens. And the shit happens in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing. Like these people on the internet or just like driving around road rage, like they've never been in a violent situation.
Dude.
If they were, they wouldn't act the same way that they do.
Don't even get me started on road rage. Yeah. I had a patient that broke his whole face from a road rage incident that he wasn't even involved in. Well, he wasn't the aggressor in the situation, and he had his window down, and I don't know what this guy's deal was that was attacking people, but I think he thought it was his truck, but it wasn't actually this guy. And since his window was down, he just beat the shit out of his face. It's like, why? Like, just chill out. Like, you don't know, like that guy, he could have had a gun, shot the guy who was punching him. You just like don't know. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Go take some
don't
breathing exercises.
Don't insert yourself in that stuff.
No.
That stuff's scary.
So stupid.
But yeah. Well, I think we're at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Good show. I have some interviews coming up.
Really? Big ones?
I might have some good ones.
Bigger than me?
Bigger than Meg, the mini stallion, yes.
Okay.
The Hot Tuah's cousin. Maybe I'll get Hot Tuah in here.
That'd be funny.
That'd be cool. Good pod. Good episode. Got some interviews coming soon. Some exciting ones, I think. And yeah.
You doing one next week?
I haven't done one yet, but I might have someone for next week.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe moving studios soon. Well, yeah.
Maybe.
In the next month and a half, we'll see. So we'll have a whole different setup, maybe busy. So hopefully I can knock some out and just have them on reserve.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time. 4th of July. This week.
Oh, yeah.
I always forget about the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
4th of July this week. Notorious for losing fingers. So don't be that person and lose a finger this holiday weekend. Because
the ER does not want to see you for that.
Yeah. You don't want to see the ER for that. That would suck.
Yeah.
Lose your hand just because you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So keep it mellow, drinking wise, Don't drink and drive.
Don't start fires.
Don't blow your hand off
Mm-hmm.
because, you need that. And hopefully you guys get some hot Tuah this weekend. Till next time.
Bye.